Welcome back to Comparison World Facts. Have you been wondering what it is that makes the Dutch so rich? It's a mystery. The Netherlands has a thriving economy and one of the lowest unemployment rates in Europe, but it doesn't have any vast amount of natural resources like oil or gas. So how can they be so successful? Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more content just like this. We don't want you to miss out. The Netherlands is a small country in Western Europe bordered by Germany to the east and Belgium to the south. The Netherlands is a constitutional monarchy and the official language is Dutch. The Netherlands has long been involved in international trade, especially with its close neighbours, Belgium and Germany. In the late 1990s, there were concerns that the Dutch economy was stagnant. However, since then it has shown substantial growth with one of the highest GDP per capita incomes in Europe. With this in mind, it's definitely possible to make money in the Netherlands. Most job opportunities are in Amsterdam and Rotterdam, but there are also many job opportunities for foreigners, especially English speakers, beyond these cities. While there is no census data on the immigration population of Dutch citizens, we can see that the total number of immigrants per 1,000 residents is 1.8 in the Netherlands. The Netherlands has a population of 16 million and is one of the most densely populated countries in Europe. Dutch citizens enjoy universal healthcare and a relatively high standard of living, including free education, childcare, and family leave benefits. There is also no sales tax or value-added tax, VAT, and there are some other government subsidies. The nation is virtually debt-free and has the world's fourth largest sovereign wealth fund. Firstly, how did the Netherlands become known for its flowers? The Netherlands is one of the world's largest exporters of flowers. It has a long history in floriculture, with a strong domestic market and exports to over 150 countries, with a market share of 40%. In the late 1800s, many Dutch farmers were producing flowers as a cash crop. They began to specialize in high-quality blooms, such as tulips, and subsequently became known for their beautiful flowers. The Dutch flower industry has grown rapidly since the 1970s, which is roughly when Dutch growers began to specialize in high-quality blooms, as well as expertise in molecular biology, which is when their business really started to take off. Dutch horticulturists have increased their exports by 50% since 2000. As a result of this success, Dutch growers are now the world's largest exporters of roses. Horticulturists in the Netherlands have worked hard to maintain their top spot as one of the largest European exporters. Some of their strategies include the World Trade Organization supporting the Netherlands' export of agriculture and food products. The Dutch agricultural sector is valued at over 1 trillion euros, $1.3 trillion, and has a GDP of 11 billion euros, $14 billion. In 2000, Dutch exports of flowers were valued at 210 million. As of 2020, Dutch flower exports increased to 4 billion, with roughly 80% going to other EU countries. Up next, how is the flower industry modernizing? The Dutch flower industry is one of the most important in the world. It has been around for centuries and is still going strong. The Dutch flower industry has been adapting to the changing times by investing in new technologies and by making sure that they are up to date with the latest trends. As a result, the Dutch flower industry is in a constant state of change. In recent years, the industry has focused on more innovative flowers, including popcorns, roses, and calla lilies. The Netherlands also exports fresh flowers all over the world, such as to Africa, Asia, and Australia. In 2018 alone, the Netherlands exported $3.7 billion worth of flowers. The Dutch flower industry is one of the most important in the world. It has been around for centuries, and it is still going strong. The Dutch flower industry is constantly in flux as new flowers and plants are further developed. These investments have led to an increase in production and a decrease in prices. To ensure quality, Dutch flower growers are implementing technological innovations such as IoT sensors to monitor environmental conditions and even remotely control the temperature of greenhouses. So, what else is essential to the Dutch economy? The Netherlands is a small country situated in Western Europe. It is bordered by the North Sea in the north, Belgium and Germany on its east and northeast respectively, France on its southeast, and shares maritime borders with Belgium. The Netherlands has a population of 17 million people, of which 2.5 million live in the capital city Amsterdam metropolitan area. The country is one of the few global leaders in trade, finance, manufacturing, and innovation. The Dutch healthcare system is one of the most effective in Europe. It has significantly contributed to decreasing mortality rates and increasing life expectancy globally. In addition, it's one of the most cost-effective healthcare systems. The Netherlands is a very wealthy country, with a GDP per capita of $53,300 and the highest average income in the world. The country is also one of the most densely populated countries in Europe. The country's economy is largely service-based and one of the world's most innovative economies. The Netherlands has a mixed economy. It is the 17th largest economy in the world by nominal GDP and the 15th largest by purchasing power parity, based on IMF data from 2013. The country's economy is a major global exporter of agricultural products, international trade, and processed foodstuffs. Agricultural production accounts for over 1/3 of gross domestic product. Up next, what important events happened in Dutch history? The Netherlands is a country in Western Europe with a population of about 17 million people. The country is known for its rich history and culture. It has been an important trading post for centuries, and the Dutch East India Company was one of the first multinational companies to be established. The Netherlands was one of the most tolerant countries in Europe, but it has recently been known for its acceptance of refugees. The Netherlands has a high quality of life, with its cultural World Heritage City of Amsterdam being the country's most visited city by far. The Netherlands has been an important trading post for centuries, and the Dutch East India Company was one of the first multinational companies. The Dutch East India Company, abbreviated VOC, was originally a Dutch trading company founded in 1602. It became one of the world's first major multinational corporations and for almost 200 years was the largest trading company in the world. The Dutch Republic was established in 1581 when the Low Countries' northern provinces declared independence from Spanish rule and became one country. This republic was ruled by an elected stadtholder who had to share power with the States General, which was made up of representatives from different provinces. As a result, the Netherlands became the leading international trading nation in the world during this time. In 1806, Napoleon conquered the Dutch Republic and turned it into a French puppet state called the Kingdom of Holland. In 1810, after Napoleon's defeat at Waterloo, Holland regained its independence as a constitutional monarchy under King William I, who ruled until his death in 1840. In 1830, the Netherlands became an independent nation. As a result of Napoleon's conquests, Holland was no longer in the United Kingdom of the Netherlands. The Netherlands was originally inhabited by the Celtic tribe called the Batavi. The Romans conquered the area in 12 BC and renamed it Batavia, but it was later renamed to the Dutch Republic when the provinces of Holland, Zeeland, Utrecht, Friesland, Groningen, and Overijssel united to form one nation. The Netherlands recognized its first flag in 1575 by the Netherlands Congregation. There are 3 colors of red, white, and blue on the flag with a horizontal design that is repeated 11 times to represent the Dutch people's motto, Libertas mea frere tertia, which means, Liberty is my brother the third. The Dutchman is an artistic depiction of a stereotypical Dutchman with a mustache and pipe. There are many variations of this symbol, including the little Dutch boy. The symbol is often used to represent Holland and other things about the country. So, what weather does the Netherlands experience? The Netherlands has a temperate climate with cool summers and mild winters. The country has 4 seasons: winter, December to February, spring, March to May, summer, June to August, and autumn, September to November. Average temperature in January is 3 degrees Celsius, 37 degrees Fahrenheit, and 18 degrees Celsius, 64 degrees Fahrenheit in July, with 23 degrees Celsius being considered a hot day. The country is also prone to natural disasters such as floods, droughts, and earthquakes. The Netherlands is slightly larger than the state of New Jersey and has a lot of water. The country has about 19,000 kilometers, 12,000 miles of coastline and canals. There are more than 400 rivers in the Netherlands, including the Rhine River and the Meuse River. Dutch cuisine is a mixture of different cultures and influences. The Dutch cuisine is influenced by the cuisines of other countries, such as France, Germany, Belgium, and Indonesia. The cuisine of the Netherlands has evolved as a result of its history and trading relations with other countries. Dutch cuisine largely consists of dishes that the Dutch East India Company developed from their explorations and trade in the East Indies. Dutch traders, sailors, and settlers brought ingredients to Europe which are now staples in Dutch cooking: rice, chilies, cinnamon, and nuts. Some of the Dutch national foods are Stroopwaffle. Stroopwaffle is a thin, waffle-like cookie with a caramel syrup filling. This treat has been popular in the Netherlands for over a century and can be found in most Dutch bakeries. Caramel waffles originated in 1839 when an unknown baker from Amsterdam created a caramel cake, where he used golden syrup for the filling. Although not originally intended to be a cookie, the cake was later baked into thin wafers and sold by street vendors. The cakes were originally made with buttermilk or eggs. Then, in the 19th century, the bakers switched to using butter and sugar. This waffle structure has a caramel filling that tastes like brown sugar and molasses. Apple tart. Apple tart is a Dutch apple pie. The apples are peeled and cored before being cut into chunks. They are then cooked with sugar and butter until the apples turn soft. After cooking, the apples are mixed with brown sugar, cinnamon, and lemon juice before being placed in a pie crust. The pie crust is then covered with a lattice crust, topped with slivers of butter, dusted with flour, and then baked until the apples are soft. Apple tart is commonly made with ground almonds as a substitute for flour to avoid using a crust. Boerenkoolstempat. The Dutch culture is very diverse, with people from around the world calling it home. The Dutch national dishes are very diverse and are reflective of the different heritages of the country. For example, boerenkoolstempat is a cabbage dish that can be served with potatoes, bacon, or sausage. It is typically eaten with buttered bread. The Dutch also have many different types of pancakes, the most popular being pancakes with syrup. The Netherlands is internationally renowned for its gastronomic specialties. Mayonnaise, cheese, chocolates, stroopwaffles, and bitterballen are all produced in the country. The Dutch dessert industry is globally famous for its variety. Bitterballen. Bitterballen are deep-fried balls of beef and bacon that are seasoned with salt, pepper, nutmeg, and cumin. They're a popular appetizer in the Netherlands. The Dutch word butterball literally means salty ball. The balls of beef, bacon, and spices are dipped in egg batter and deep-fried until golden brown. Traditionally, the balls are served with a spicy vinegar sauce. Bitterballen originated from northern France, where they were served with a thin sauce that had a hint of mustard. The balls are often served with spicy vinegar or tomato sauce, and it's sometimes made into soup. Up next, how does the education system in the Netherlands stack up to the rest of the world? Education is divided into primary education, kindergarten, elementary school, and lower secondary school, secondary education, upper secondary school, and tertiary education. Public education is free and universal in the Netherlands. Almost all schools are government-funded, public, and legally obliged to provide a certain curriculum. The Dutch educational system was ranked as the best in the world by the OECD in 2013. The country has one of the highest percentages of students graduating from upper secondary education in the world, with 97.3%. Public education is free and universal in the Netherlands. Almost all schools are government-funded, public, and legally obliged to provide a certain curriculum. The country is one of the few countries that provide free, mandatory education from age 5 to 18, or even 21. In primary and secondary schools, students are graded on a scale ranging from 1 to 6, with 1 being the lowest score and 6 being the highest. For university education, a different grading system is used, consisting of grades A through E. So, what are some of the major cities in the Netherlands? Rotterdam is the largest city in Holland and the second largest port in Europe. It's a major international commercial hub with a population of around 600,000. The city was built on the banks of the Rhine River and lies just below sea level. The Hague is one of the 3 seats of government in the Netherlands. It serves as the seat of government, a ceremonial seat of the Dutch monarch, and the capital city for the province of South Holland. The Hague is also home to international organizations including NATO, Europol, OPCW, and ICTY. The Hague is the seat of government and has many embassies located within its borders. The Hague is a city and municipality located in the western province of South Holland in the Netherlands. It is home to many embassies and international organizations such as the International Court of Justice, the International Crime Tribunal for the former Yugoslavia, and the Organization for the Prohibition of Chemical Weapons. Eindhoven is home to Philips and ASML, 2 major electronics companies that are Philips, a manufacturer of products such as electric shavers, hair dryers, electric toothbrushes, and more. ASML is the world's largest supplier of lithography equipment, which is used in the semiconductor industry for manufacturing integrated circuits. As of 2013, the city of Eindhoven has a population of 195,817. It is a member of the government-designated cluster. In addition to Philips and ASML, other major companies in this cluster are DS Smith Group and Capgemini SA. The city of Eindhoven is also the home of KLM's Dutch headquarters. Eindhoven is nicknamed the Electric City because of its leading role in the development of electrical engineering. The industry employs a large number of engineers and technicians who work on production lines assembling high-tech devices and components. Many people in the area work at Philips or AS. Amsterdam is the capital and most populous city of the Netherlands, with a population of 8.5 million inhabitants in 2018. The city is located in the western province of North Holland. Amsterdam covers an area of 14 square kilometers and has a population density of 18,373 inhabitants per kilometer squared, making it by far the most densely populated Dutch municipality. The Amsterdam-Rhine Canal runs through the city, connecting the port of Amsterdam with the North Sea Canal, which is an integral part of the city. The canal was dug in 1852 during the final stages of the construction of a new canal to Amsterdam. In 2018, Forbes ranked Amsterdam as one of the top 10 most expensive cities in Europe and even the world. Lastly, where does the Dutch culture come from? Dutch culture is a mix of different cultures. The Dutch are descendants of the Germanic tribes, the Franks, and the Celts. They were influenced by their previous trade partners such as the Romans and the Greeks. The Dutch are known for their tolerance and freedom of religion. They also have a strong sense of humor and love to laugh at themselves. Dutch culture is deeply divided. Dutch people are Dutch either by blood or adoption, but the country's population is ethnically diverse. A majority of the Dutch people now live in the cities and towns rather than in farms or in rural areas. The strong urbanization has had a big impact on culture, which has become diversified because of it. The Dutch language is a West Germanic language descended from Frisian and spoken by about 22 million people. It has developed into one of the most widely spoken languages, with approximately 65 to 70% of Dutch speakers being native speakers. The Netherlands has historically been a country with many dialects, but Standard Dutch is the norm. And there you have it, everything you needed to know about why the Netherlands is so rich, and also how it became the world's largest exporter of flowers. Did you learn something from this video? Let us know what it was down in the comments. Also, don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more content just like this.